Hello, welcome to Benussi Law TV. Today we're going to talk about prenup agreements, something that we've all heard about vaguely, but we really don't know the details of. In my career, I've talked to a lot of people on the telephone when they phoned up initially wanting to discuss whether they can have a prenup. And at the end of the discussion, my advice has always been exactly the same. Do you know what? I don't think you should be marrying this person. So, I've got my partner, Helen Jane Arnold, here. She does a lot of prenup agreements, and obviously that isn't her advice to people when she discusses prenups with them. She's going to talk about them. So, Helen Jane, what is a prenup?
A prenuptial agreement is just that. It's an agreement that a couple enter into before they get married. It's usually driven by one party who perhaps may have inherited wealth. They may have significant capital assets, and they, for whatever reason, have decided that before they get married, they want to enter into an agreement that's going to regulate how those assets are going to be treated in the event of a separation. An agreement can also make provision from those assets or segregate those assets from the matrimonial pot during the currency of the marriage. A prenuptial agreement can pretty much be anything that a couple want it to be in terms of the areas that it covers.
What's the advantage of a prenuptial agreement?
It can give financial security to one person who perhaps has got more wealth than another. It can also give clarity to a couple who are about to embark on a life together as to how they are going to operate financially. It gives an opportunity to be able to talk through issues such as childcare arrangements, indeed whether people want to have children at all. And the advantage of going through and discussing these aspects is that it helps a couple to build a strong foundation for their life together and perhaps discuss issues that some people wouldn't discuss.
What are the top tips for a prenuptial agreement?
It's essential that advice is taken at a very early stage. As you say, people leave it too late and they come to us in a rush. If an agreement is going to be effective and it's going to be a bespoke document that covers everything that it needs to cover, it takes time. So people need to come and see us, well, pretty much after they've first started talking about marriage. And my experience is that the longer people leave it, the more difficult it is to talk about it, because many people regard it as essentially an unromantic topic, but I think it's very important to be businesslike about it. Just as you enter into business with someone or a body, you need to have an agreement to regulate what's going to happen, and a prenuptial agreement is no different. So it's really essential that the discussions start immediately.
Thank you, Helen Jane. There you have it. Is someone asking you to make a prenuptial agreement, or are your mates saying, you ought to get a prenup, mate? Whatever it is, you need to see Helen Jane so that she can take you through the process. Make sure that you have a good prenuptial agreement. Thank you.